Und damit hallo und herzlich willkommen zu NIS 10 Nordics. Ich möchte gleich mal vom Anfang an Amazon dafür nicht danken, dass sie mir das Spiel am Release-Tag geliefert haben, und danke für die viel spätere Info, dass es eben nicht passieren wird. Das wollte ich mal loswerden. Ich habe es Anfang der Woche bestellt. Ich gebe es zu, ich habe es ein bisschen spät bestellt, war aber noch verfügbar. Dann dachte ich mir so, komisch, dass es Donnerstag nicht verschickt wird, was ist da los? Ja gut, es ist ja, wird ja bei Amazon geliefert, das wird am nächsten Tag auch reichen, passt schon. Und dann kriegst du halt am nächsten Tag 12 Uhr rum, kriegst halt da Bescheid so, hey, wir haben kein Lieferdatum für dein Ding, also passt schon, irgendwann sagen wir es dir. Dachte ich mir, ihr Penner, ey. Jetzt habe ich es mir gekauft, X10 Nordic ist für PlayStation 5, Switch und PC verfügbar, kostet 59,99 und ja, ist der 10. Teil. Scheinbar geht es um Wikinger. Ich habe bis neulich kaum was drüber gelesen. Bis auf den Trailer halt und alles. Es ist auf Englisch. Gleich mal vorweg, es ist auf Englisch. Mit japanischer Sprachausgabe, wobei es auch, glaube ich, englische Sprachausgabe gibt. Wenn jetzt X drückt, wird es wahrscheinlich gleich losgehen. Man hat ja in X9, NIS 9, X ja. NIS 9, hatte man ja mehrere solche Monstercharaktere, beziehungsweise die haben sich ja verwandelt abends dann. Hier hat man scheinbar nur 2 Charaktere. Man kann es auch im Koop spielen, also jeder übernimmt einen Charakter von den beiden. Und scheinbar gibt es auch Schiffsschlachten und so ein Zeug. NIS ist nicht bekannt für seine Grafik. Aber fürs coole Actions-Kampfsystem und die Story ist meistens ganz cool. Wobei ich jetzt hier bei NIS 10, es gibt übrigens auch eine Demo, falls ihr die runterladen wollt, mehrfach gehört habe, es ist halt nicht so gut wie der 7. Teil. Ich habe den 7. Teil nie gespielt, ich habe mein erstes NIS mit 9 gespielt und wollte immer den 7. nachholen, habe es dann irgendwie nie gemacht, obwohl ich es mir gekauft habe für einen 10er. Das ist so das typische Pile of Shame, wird immer größer. Ja. Es ist jetzt da, ich habe es mir gekauft. Habe ich hier noch andere große Projekte oder hätte ich es tun sollen? Wahrscheinlich nicht. Scheiß drauf, wir haben es jetzt hier. Let's go! Oh, schau mal kurz ins System rein. Graphics. Draw Distance Medium? Machen wir mal Light Draw Distance Shadow Resolution. Da machen wir Medium. Okay. General Text Language, Französisch. Es gibt Englisch, Französisch und Japanisch. Sea Battle Assist, Display Autosave, bla 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 bla. Performance. Asset Catching, Auto? Achso, ja, wir spielen ja auf Ding. Memory, down uses if you have limited virtual memory setup. Keine Ahnung, lassen wir es mal off. Es ist hier eh nichts Besonderes, also passt schon. Dann gehen wir mal raus und starten ein neues Spiel. Auf normal. Enable additional footing function. Areas that are difficult to maneuver. Machen wir mal No. Various other functions can be modified by selecting settings from the system menu. Also es hat wieder coole Musik.
At the moment of birth, each of us is as free as a bird, with not a single restraint tying us down. But with age come the varied shackles that bind, clipping away at our wings, feather by feather. In time, we long for a return to the freedom we once knew. But the truth is, we can return to those days whenever we so choose.
Adol Christin, excerpt from the Norman Paradise Lost. Hä, wo kam jetzt das Geschrei her? Passenger Liner Adamers. Ich finde es irgendwie lustig, dass die ein Wikinger-Setting genommen haben.
Is this weather perfect or what? The brisk ocean breeze, the wide open sea, smells like a new journey on our horizon. I gotta say, I'm glad I took you up on your offer, Adol. Being stranded on Asteria for so long was really getting to me.
Adol Christin, der Standard-Hauptcharakter in dem Spiel. Len. I'm glad I asked you to come.
I'm glad I asked you to come.
Same. This has me even more pumped than all the way back when I first left my hometown. It's been a wild ride since then, but that doesn't make me any less grateful to you. I can hardly remember the last time I felt this chipper.
Adol! Dogi! So this is where you two were. My, I never dared dream I'd get to see the actual ocean in person. Even now, it's difficult to believe a vessel this large is capable of floating upon its waves. What manner of sorcery is this?
I guess this is all one big culture shock for someone born and raised on Ys. Dr. Flair here is even giddier than me.
That I am. In my view, being on the surface instead of above it is a miracle in itself. To say nothing of the unprecedented chance it's given me to search for the original strain of Selcetan flower.
Selcetan flower? That's the name of a type of medicinal herb, right? It's native to the Great Forest on the Gallia-Hispani border or something.
Indeed it is. I couldn't very well rest on my heels after hearing that's where you two were headed. The prospect of seeing it in its natural habitat was ample reason to climb aboard.
Your get-up and go could put even Adol to shame. But be sure to mind your health, okay? At the rate you're going, you'll end up fainting in sheer bliss the second you stumble onto those flowers.
Well, frankly speaking, that scenario is all but guaranteed.
Well, we won't be arriving in Selceta for a long while yet. Might as well kick back a bit and enjoy the ride for now, don't you think?
Ja, okay, so springt man. New Adventure, start a new adventure. Doki. Shining sun in a clear blue sky as far as the eye can see. Couldn't ask for better sailing weather. You told me back when we first met that setting out on a trip with you like this, I have said you were full of it. And now we're Zeta bound. Wonder what we'll find there. Start of a new adventure. Adventure, huh? That's word really starting to grow on me. Dr. Flair, I know I'm a bit far along in my years to be getting this excited, but life science today in my homeland of East descended to the ground has been like never-ending dream. The day my homeland of East descended to the ground. Ach so. Warte mal, to the ground? Waren die in der Luft? Every single thing my eye came across looks so fresh and beautiful, it has me feeling I thought I were a child again. I just get what you mean. And I in turn have come to understand yet another reason you set out on your journey. Habe ich eigentlich letztes Mal in Japanisch gespielt? Weiß es gar nicht. Nee, habe ich auch in Englisch gespielt. Passenger... Was? Egal. Captain Lasalle. Oder Laselle. This man seems to be the ship captain. Now might be a good chance to strike up a conversation. Talk to the captain.
Ah, a passenger. Having a pleasant voyage, I hope? You appear to be a seasoned traveler for a boy your age.
I guess you could say that.
So my hunch was correct. This may be no surprise to you then, but we have some extraordinary sights coming up shortly.
Oh, what's that over there?
Mountains? No, wait. I think those are islands.
Attention all passengers. I am your captain, Victor LaSalle. Allow me to express my gratitude to you for sailing with us on the Adamas today. If you look to our left-hand side, you'll find Obelia Gulf, famous for its sprawling archipelago.
Obelia Gulf.
This current bout of clear weather lets us see the myriad patches of land, both large and small, that populate these waters. it will be quite some time yet before the ship arrives at our destination in Celceta. So until then, we invite you to bask in this scenic tapestry of blue seas and beauteous islands. Understood. Let's make haste.
My word, what a magnificent sight.
Obelia Gulf, huh? Sure doesn't disappoint. That reminds me, Adol. You said you were looking for a western archipelago before you came to Asteria, right? There any chance this might be... Whoa! Little close for comfort, don't you think? How's a guy supposed to take in the sights like this? Hey, Adol.
Ahoi, hoi.
Men, prepare to hunt. Behold thy foes with steady hearts. Fear not thy fate, for life and death are the deities to decide. Those who fall with valor shall be ushered into their divine kingdom. Now, shout forth the name of our god!
Har!
Huh?
It can't be! Pirates!
So he did hire mercenaries.
Shield wall! Charge!
Stay behind us, Doc!
Right. Thank you.
Oh? You another one of them mercs?
Bit on the puny side, ain't he?
Sure you know which way to hold that thing, little fella?
What a joke. The big lug behind him would be more worth our time.
I'm not a mercenary.
What difference does that make? You've still got a blade at the ready either way.
Enough chit-chat. Let's make this quick.
Ey, Musik ist immer geil. X to perform a normal attack, lock on enemies mit Rechtsklick. Oh. Weil ich gerade habe ich es noch gelesen. Kann ich auch ausweichen? Ah, okay.
Damn it all! Rotten punk! You're in for it now!
You bumbling louts! How long does it take to handle one sellsword trying to play bodyguard?
Our fault, ma'am. The kid's a lot tougher than he looks.
Oh, really? Fine then. I'll take care of him myself.
Guarding, evading, hold R2 to guard. Guarding against enemy attacks will prevent most damage. I want to perform a swift movement and evade enemy attacks. Das ist ein bisschen komisch, wie die das aufgeteilt
Done
haben.
saying your prayers? How's that? You're pretty skilled.
Whoa! Here it comes!
Whole lot of fuss for one small fry.
Try not to lose that red head of yours, kid!
Princess. I must ask that you stand down. That boy appears to be no more than a passenger.
What?
We have already apprehended the captain. Right this way.
So those are pirates. This is my first time encountering them in the flesh.
Wie diese großen Gorilla-Typen, Alter, dann, oh, für einen so einen kleinen Typen so viel Aufwand, denke ich mir, ja, Alter, der kleine Typ hat euch gerade den Arsch versohlt, Mann.
Oh boy, we're in a real jam now. Ugh.
Captain Victor LaSalle. I thought we had an agreement. There's a toll for sailing these waters. And you promised never to skip out on it again.
Hold on a moment! This is the last time, I swear! Whatever you do, just let me live!
We both already know how this goes. Any room you had to parley was forfeit the minute you put those mercenaries on your payroll.
Stay your hand, boy. Those are no mere pirates. They're the Balta Sea Force.
Wow, es geht ja krass los, dass die gleich jemanden umlegen. Das Opening? Ah, jetzt bin ich enttäuscht. Ich wollte ein Opening sehen. Die Musik erinnert an Blind Guardian oder so, ne? Und wahrscheinlich an ähnliche Teile. Und nochmal willkommen zu IS 10 Nordics. Musik ist wie immer geil. Das ist eins der Sachen, was mich das letzte Mal schon gefesselt hat, weil ich mir dachte so, boah, Musik in den Kämpfen und so, geil. Ja, was ist mit dem Captain? Ist er jetzt tot oder nicht?
Woof, I'm stuffed. Guess good eats are a given when you set up town by the ocean. The stuff you get further inland just doesn't compare to fresh seafood.
That aside, it would seem we're going to be stranded here for the time being.
Yeah, who'd have guessed the Adamas was cruising through these waters illegally? Obviously, the captain already paid the ultimate price for that. But I hear they're even seizing his ship as compensation for all those unpaid tolls.
It leads me to wonder what the story is behind this Balta Sea Force.
Also es sind auch keine einfachen Piraten, sondern er war der Typ, der das einfach illegal gemacht hat.
To their credit, They did let Adol loose after determining he was merely a passenger.
Doesn't make those lugs any less high and mighty, though. If they look like pirates and plunder like pirates...
Like Normans, you mean?
Normans, you say?
They're a lawless people from the north with incredible seafaring know-how. Word is, they've looted their way not just here, but across the entire North Sea. Raiding towns, pillaging churches, kidnapping innocents. None of it is beneath a Norman. And the Balta Sea Force makes up just one faction among them.
Sounds like your typical pirates to me. How do they get away with it?
I was given to understand that the entire region of Glia fell under Roman imperial control.
Rumor has it that not even the Empire would dare to defy the Sea Force. The Normans have had an iron-fisted grip on Obelia Gulf for ages now. Some say that it spares us from suffering under Roman rule, but they don't speak for everybody.
Hey, did you hear about what happened to the Adamas?
I did. Captain LaSalle was treading a dangerous line. He simply reaped what he sowed, if you ask me.
Won't argue with that.
Still, it's hard not to feel for the guy.
Those pirates had no right to waltz in like they owned these waters and demand a toll. Why should any of us have to play along with their made-up...
Shush! I can sympathize, but that sort of talk is best kept to yourself.
Oh, what did I do to deserve being born in Carnac, of all places?
I see what you mean. Doesn't sound like they get the warmest reception around here.
As would be the case in any town, though this one does seem to have its fair share of hardships.
I'm sure it's not all bad.
Now, Adol. Though on that subject, there does seem to be quite a bevy of islands here in Obelia Gulf.
Oh, yes, that's true. We locals are so used to the view that it often slips our minds.
That reminds me, Missy. These islands wouldn't happen to come with any unusual myths or lore, would they? Our little group's got a special interest in that sort of thing.
Is that your reason for traveling, maybe? I can't your expectations, but... let's see... Aha! If it's run-of-the-mill folktales you're after, I have just the one.
Really now? Do share.
Well, legends tell of what's known as the Sea King's Throne. The throne is said to be hidden away on one of the islands here in Obelia Gulf. Supposedly, whoever finds and sits upon it will have their wishes granted.
Oh-ho! That's some juicy stuff. How about it, Adol? This do anything for you?
We can't not look into it.
That's the spirit. We got plenty of time to kill, so what the hey?
Hold on a moment. It really is just a story.
Oh, what's the harm? Let them chase their dreams. That's what being young is all about.
Halt der besoffener Sack.
Heck, back when I was their age,
Hast weniger gesoffen?
Forgive him. He's had a few ales too many, it seems. Say that throne really exists, though. What would you wish for, Rosalind?
Huh? Me?
Nein, die andere neben dir.
Well, for our humble little business to prosper, of course. What else?
Brings a tear to my eye, it does.
Renee must be proud. It's easy to see why you're Rooseveri's poster girl.
Makes me want to spend 3 days and nights drinking this tavern down to its last drop. And I do it all with a smile. The more they rake in the cash, the happier Rosalind gets.
How sweet!
I think you've had quite enough for one day. Our apologies for bothering you, gentlemen.
Nah, it's all good.
Like they mentioned, my name is Rosalind. I'm the daughter of the owners. The three of you are going to be lodging with us tonight, right? If you have any issues during your stay, anything at all, just let me know.
Thanks for the hospitality. Gave me all I could need already.
Of course! Always happy to be of service. Well, I'd better get back to work. Relax and unwind as long as you need.
Such a capable young lady. Reminds me of Lilia back home.
By the way, Adol, I know this Sea King's throne is a big deal and all, but we got some other things to take care of first if we're sticking around. The travel funds we scrounged up were only enough to get us to Salsetta.
Quite right. With that in mind, I plan to pay the local clinic a visit. Upon our arrival, I noticed a flyer that said they were recruiting medical practitioners.
Well, ain't that convenient? Doesn't really solve the issue for us two, though.
Are you youngsters in need of work?
Yeah. You got any leads?
Well, both the harbor and the town militia are hiring at the moment. The docks are always short on labor. I'm certain a brawny fellow such as yourself would be a welcome addition. And the red-haired lad is a swordsman, no? The militia's been on the hunt for temporary recruits, I believe.
No joke? That's great! Thanks for the tip!
Seems we have a few promising candidates.
Sure do. Let's get out there and follow up on them once we're done taking a load off.
Cool. Main menu saving. Open the main menu, allow you to view stats and save and more. Okay. Equipment, journal, inventory map. Stats and Gear. 4 plus 19. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Journal. Adventure, explore, help other. Hä? Ah, okay. Aber wenn ich auf Start gehe, kann ich genauso saven, oder? Ja. Okay, cool. Das ist wieder eins der Sachen, was mich an Spielen, die wo mehrere Nachfolger jetzt mittlerweile haben, oder ich meine, die sind jetzt beim 10. Spiel und was weiß ich, wieder nervt. Er reist halt mit einer verdammten Cotton Vest und einem Kurzschwert. Why? Ich meine, der war auf so vielen Super-Abenteuern, Alter, der müsste doch mittlerweile irgendein legendäres Schwert eigentlich von Anfang an haben. Aber gut, man kann nicht alles haben. Also auf X-Schlag, ich muss mal wegen der Steuerung schauen, weil das ist ja irgendwie echt komisch. Button Configuration. Input. Button Prompts Auto. Gamepad. Ah, da Gamepad. Aber trotzdem. Oh, yeah, I plan on taking a look around the town. Great, Carnac's not a bigger town, but there's plenty to see. Been thriving trade hub for a long time now, so we often get peddlers and foreigner ships stopping by. Who knows, they might have some interesting stories to share with you. So, you're in your teens too, right? Hey, well, that's happy news. We don't get a lot of travelers in my age around here. Hope we can get to know each other during your stay here in Carnac. Springt nicht hoch. Das ist ungewohnt. Im 9. war das, glaube ich, schon echt viel, wo du springen konntest in einer Button Configuration. Ist das ein Witz? Gamepad Prompt. Xbox, DualShock. Ach Gott, das ist PlayStation. Steam Deck, Stadia, Nintendo. Stadia? Warum zur Hölle sollte dann Stadia drin sein? Das ist doch komplett aufgelöst worden, dachte ich. Okay, Ausweichen ist immer noch da oben. Naja. Ändert sich scheinbar nicht viel.
Alright, you two. This is where we split up for now.
Indeed. I'll be heading to the local clinic. I may just take a look around town as well, seeing as we're extending our stay.
Let's aim to meet back up around dinner time then. Adol, I'm guessing you're also gonna...
Me. Seek me.
Adol, you good?
Yeah, it's nothing.
If you're sure. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's time to start scoping this place out. You probably plan to wander the streets a bit yourself before checking in with the militia, huh, Adol? Catch you both later, then.
Okay, gibt mehrere Dinge, wo man schauen kann. Ah, okay. Achso, der konnte bloß in die springen. Okay. Was geht ab?
I've got to say, the quality of these Spanish leather goods is on a whole other level.
One might say the same of Obelian seafood. Rich flavors, firm to the touch. It is simply unparalleled. Rome and Hispania may be at odds right now, but I believe our transaction today has proved mutually beneficial.
To be perfectly honest, our middleman here deserves all the credit for making this deal happen.
That attire? Is he...
Well spotted. I am indeed a Norman. However, I find that being a tradesman suits me far better than waving an axe about.
That's good to know. They say Normans are first-class mariners. No doubt that expertise slots in perfectly with mercantile work.
I'm flattered to hear you say so.
It's thanks to the Balta Sea Force that we're still able to do business like this during wartime. They're the ones who make sure ships from both sides can travel these waters safely.
Not having those persnickety Roman officials around to stick their oars in has been heaven sent for us as well. I very much look forward to your continued patronage.
You and me both, pal. And let's not forget to keep our friends from the Sea Force in the loop, too.
On a separate note, Romes, the militia recently informed me that an incident has blocked the highway out of town. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have an important negotiation to attend in that direction?
Well, word gets around fast. It's nothing I'm not aware of. In fact, I've already asked the militia for an update on the situation. Shouldn't be long before they report back.
Okay. Hey, warte, ist das nicht einer von denen, die wir gesehen haben? Violet Hair Lad. You know, I sensed my last time in town, and it still looks just the same as ever. The smells the sound of crashing waves, just like when I was little. Guess that's why I haven't forgotten the place despite being gone for so long. Even the tiniest part I still remember. Ey, ich muss ja ehrlich sagen, es ist entspannend, nach Trails Through Daybreak normales Englisch zu lesen. Normal in dem Sinn, dass Trails Through Daybreak, ich meine, das passt dazu. Das hat dazu gepasst. Aber echt viel, wie sagt man? Slang und so ein Zeug reinkaut hat im Englischen. Das war schon hart.
You there, with the red hair. Well, here's an unfamiliar face. You must be one of the passengers from the Adamas. Is everything all right? They didn't hurt you, did they?
Nein, ich hätte ihnen fast wehgetan.
Sorry for calling to you out of nowhere like that. We each have a child about the same age as you, so our motherly instincts kicked in.
Honestly, who do those Balta hooligans think they are, wreaking havoc left, right, and center? They impose an exorbitant toll on every vessel crossing Obelia Gulf, and plunder anyone who flouts it.
Some ships, like the Adamas, will try and make their way through without drawing attention. But when they're found out, they wind up like Captain LaSalle.
It's a shame what happened to him.
That's for sure. Once you're dead, that's it. Nothing else to be done.
Ironically enough, the Balta Sea Force would have escorted them personally had he paid the toll.
In that sense, they do their part to maintain order throughout the Gulf, which is why the Roman Empire turns a blind eye. When all is said and done, as long as we live here, those brigands' word is law.
There are far fewer instances of pillaging than before now, so we can only assume this is for the best. Still, it would be nice if our mayor could put his foot down every once in a while.
I pity the man. Having to deal with our complaints and the Sea Force's demands has him between a rock and a hard place.
Well, that's what he signed up for when he took on the job. Anyway, you just be sure to stay out of their line of fire.
Na, wir wissen ganz genau, dass wir da voll reinschlittern. Na, was mit dem Krieg auf sich hat, bin ich gespannt. Ah, da hinten ist die Militia. Oh, some pretty heavy lifting. Hey, Adol, find yourself a job yet? I enjoy the unemployed life for a bit. I know being cooped up in a place where working all day would be torture for a guy like you. Can't travel anywhere without money, so could you try taking this seriously? To say though, getting caught up in a pirate raid right after we set off so some real rotten luck. Which reminds me, didn't you say you washed up in Hysteria after a shipwreck? Actually, don't tell me, just make me nervous about the rest of our ship. Trip. Ship? Ach, egal. Solche Typen würden mich wahnsinnig machen, wenn ich daneben stehe und versuche mir was auszusuchen. War hier nicht eigentlich irgendwo Ding? Da ist die kleine Muschel. 100%ig ist das, was uns gerufen hat. Okay, 99%. Examine. Carnac local militia headquarter. There's a flyer post on the bulletin board. Calling all youths. Carrion Carnage military awaits you. Rate starts at 600 gold per day, depend on the experience. Not a very generous salary now that. What?
Oh, you got a job for us? Huh? Wait a second. Don't tell me. You're here to sign up for the militia, right? Never seen you around before, but I think we're about the same age. The name's Gren. How about you?
Adol introduced himself.
Adol, huh? Man, oh man, you've just gotta enlist. We could really use a guy like you. Wait, what's with the long face?
About to pay?
Ugh. Is that a deal breaker? It did used to be slightly better for what it's worth. But the mayor slashed our budget in order to keep the militia from being overfunded. When the Balta Sea Force says jump, he asks, how high? It's pathetic enough to drive you to tears.
I think I'd shown up anyway.
You mean it? I knew I liked you for a reason. The only problem is, our commander and the others are out at the moment. They should be here tomorrow though, so feel free to swing by again around noon. Call it a hunch, but I've got a feeling you and I are gonna be fast friends. Calling all youths, a career in the Carnac militia awaits you.
Der ist mir zu oberenthusiastisch.
Seek me.
Such dich selber.
This way.
Oh nein, wer hätte das gedacht?
Seek me. Right here. Find me.
Examine. Item obtained, lila shell. Was? Das. Hä? Das ist eine blaue Hülle. Blau, hellblau, golden ein bisschen. Weiß. In a white conch adorned with ornate patterns, nothing else about it seems to be particularly unusual, however. ist das? Anubis? Oh yeah. Hey, das war's ja schon. Ah, verdammt. Ist das nicht, wir gehen einfach weg? This wolf from just now lies still defeated. It attacked out of nowhere, so it had to take it down. But it was doing wandering in town to begin with. This unbelievable as it is, the wolf wounds seem to be closing up in no time flat.
Swordsman, can you hear me?
A girl's voice emanates from the shell picked up earlier.
Bestow you mana, enough power, defeat.
You can now use skills. Hold R1 and Dreieck, okay, Control Press. 1, 2, 3, okay, wenn wir um Ding bringen. Skills from the main menu to assign your perfect skills to 4 are not buttons. Okay, close. Was? Great Slash. Da habe ich jetzt kein Skill gebraucht, dann hätte ich so auch besiegt. Jetzt löst es sich auf. Und in der Stadt interessiert es ja kein Schwein. Who are you?
I'm sorry. I don't any details. My name, Leela.
Ah, deswegen hatte die Ding den Namen.
Who are you?
Bob der Baumeister. Adol spoke his name loud.
Adol. Search Island. Come find help.
What island? Where?
In Gulf.
Neela's voice cut out completely. Adol attempted to call to her through the shell several times after, but received no response. The sun beginning to set, he decided to return to the inn and confer with Dogi and Dr. Flair.
So the shell spoke to you. How very curious. As for this mana you mentioned, can we assume it's some form of magic?
It's too early to know.
Well, of course it is. You only just got it a little while ago. That wolf you fought that just wouldn't die has me hung up too. I talked up a storm with the guys down at the docks, but none of them mentioned anything close to that.
It may well be that something is actively unfolding as we speak.
Zufall? Ich glaube nicht.
The Balta Sea Force, Mana, an undead wolf, and a girl named Leela. Doesn't seem to tie in with that Sea King's throne we heard about earlier either. It's just mystery after mystery around here. You know what that means.
Yep, our newest adventure begins.
Here I always thought adventure was something you had to seek out. But whenever you're around, Adol, it seems to find us instead. Nothing like a little intrigue to spice up a trip. Finding that girl's gonna be a tall order, though. This Gulf's got more islands than you can shake a stick at.
The first step is to gather information. You'll also be in need of a ship.
I'll put my new job down at the harbor to use and poke around for some intel.
As for myself, the Azrat Clinic has hired me on as a temporary physician. I'll see if I can't find someone in town who's willing to lend us a hand.
Sounds like a plan. Let's kick things off first thing tomorrow morning, Adol.
Schon länger nicht mehr gehört, Alter, so ein Schlaflied. Also, Carnac Day 2. Ja, genau, geht mal arbeiten. After breakfast, Dogi and Dr. Flair headed out of their respective workplace. In the meanwhile, Adol decided to wander the village some more until it was time to meet up with the local militia. Oh, wer zur Hölle ist denn das? Fortune Teller. Red-haired one, allow me to get a good look at you, if I may. I see, so it's you. So it's something on my face? Now what I wish to see lies far, far deeper than your visage. Just what will you accomplish here in this lands? Ah, such fascinating prospects. Oh, Adol. Going out for a bit? I'm glad I caught you. Out from desk, received a letter with your name on it. When did it arrive? It wasn't here last night, so it must have been delivered this morning. Kind of odd timing, don't you think? This sealed letter is addressed to Adol Christin. Adol tore the seal open. I'll be waiting at the town beach. That's also a road. Alter, ist der ganze Brief beschrieben? There's no sender listed either. You don't suppose it's just a prank? I think I'll go and check it out. You will? Well, just don't bite off more than you can chew. Alright, if you'll excuse me, I have an errand that needs doing. Tables could use fresh decorations, so I'm off to pick some flowers outside of town. Outside of town? Is it safe? Yes, it's right off a well-traveled road, so it'll be okay. You take care, Adol. Wir werden sie retten müssen. There's still a short while before it's time to meet with the commander of the local militia. Might be a good chance to head for the beach, like the letter introduced. Wir werden sie retten müssen. Ah, verdammt. Das war halt im Teil, was ich gespielt habe, geil. Dass du halt einfach fast überall hin konntest. Also erzähl, wer will sich mit mir treffen? Die eine? Die Wikinger-Tante? Yep. Are you my mystery pen pal?
Didn't think you'd show up alone. There's something I need to double check. You're probably full of questions, but I'm in no mood to explain. Just think of this as us picking up where we left off yesterday.
Vedmana?
So you do know of it.
Power attacks. Enemy will perform a power attack after emitting a red warning aura. Note that power attacks cannot be defended against through regular guarding or evasion.
I won't hold back this time.
Ow. Ah, warum springe ich immer weg, Alter? Warum ist auch Springen auf dieser Scheiß-Taste?
Power of mana. How'd you get your hands on it? You didn't use it back on the Adamas. I could say that much.
Adol laid everything that had happened out of for the raid captainess as plainly as he could.
Leela? Never heard of her. Mana, on the other hand, is my people's concept of a formless power. Imbued in a sword, it brings forth victory. Imbued in a vessel, it grants safe passage. Only those chosen by the All-Father Har are able to wield it. Out of the Sea Force, that list starts and ends with me and my old man.
Sounds like it's pretty unique.
It is. So explain to me why a louse like you... Blood and thunder. Griegr.
Are they common around here?
Hardly. Most times they skulk around out of sight. Put a Griegr down with just any old weapon, and it'll rise back up again and again, wounds fully healed. Mana is the only thing that can slay him for good.
Aber wenn es nur im Prinzip jetzt 3 Leute gibt, die das können, dann kriegst du die nie weg, Alter. Oh.
Well, aren't we popular?
At that moment, Adol and the girl felt a strange sensation coming. One thought they each knew exactly how the other was planning to act. Their intention flowed effortlessly between them, conveying their every move.
What was that just now?
Duo mode. Warte mal. Hold R2 to enter duo mode, during which you can press X to perform joint attacks. Not attacking while in duo mode will place you in the duo guard stance, letting you automatically defend against the enemy attacks. Alter! Stark.
What in hell did you just do to us?
Was that mana too?
It couldn't be. Nothing like this has ever happened with me and my old man. At least now I have a good grasp on what I was sent to investigate. We're finished here. So long.
So is you again?
Huh? And why should that matter? I'm a Norman. A pirate. One false move, and you might be my next kill. Can't handle that? Then pack your bags and see yourself out of Obelia Gulf. Son of a...
Aha! Scheiße gelaufen, ha?
Handcuffs? Made of mana? You! What did you pull this time?
That wasn't me neither. Either.
Guess not. This mana doesn't seem to be coming from either of us. It's stuck tight! Hey, quit gawking and help! This spells trouble for us in more ways than you can count. Either we get these off, or I'm sending you back with one less hand. Got that?
Adol and the girl then attempt to use their mana abilities to free themselves. Ultimately, however, the mysterious shackles refuse to come off, leaving them at a loss on what to do next.
No luck. Might well be a curse of some kind. Hate to say it, but my old man's probably the only person we can turn to at this point.
Where's he dead right now?
Couldn't even begin to guess. What a mess. They call you Adol, right? We'll have to stick together for a while. Unless you fancy me lopping you off at the wrist.
I'd be happy to come with.
Nothing phases you, does it? My name's Karja. Karja Balta. Daughter of Grimson Balta, Jarl of the Balta Sea Force.
I figured that was the case.
Already put 2 and 2 together, eh? Well, no time to waste. I'm off to report in at the Balta Sea Force's command post. It's over by the harbor, so don't fall behind.
Naja, sie bleibt ja hängen, nicht ich. Karja has joined the party.